Good morning, students. Good morning to all. Today, we are going to see in English Unit 1 poem Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening, written by Robert Frost. The first one, they are given the warm-up question. Have you ever traveled through a forest? How did you feel? So, when you have experience travel to forest, you can imagine that, isn't it? The second one, did you have any time to stop and enjoy the beauty of the forest? So here the poet mentioned about our enjoyment, to enjoy about our nature. So when you travel through the forest, you can enjoy the beauty of the forest. Okay, now I come to the poem. So this poem is a memory poem, the first memory poem for 9th standard. See the poem. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. In the first stanza, the poet explains about the woods. So woods means forest. So in here, the forest belongs to some other people. Okay, so who is the owner of the forest? He is living in the village. He will not see me stopping here. So when the poet travel by his horse, he stopped in that forest to watch his woods fill up with snow. So he is enjoying to see the forest fully covered with snow. The next stanza, my little horse must think it queer. Queer means strange, a new one. So his little horse think it this, why our owner is stopping here? For his, it is new one. To stop without a farmhouse near. So the horse is thinking, in this side, no farmhouse also there. Between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. So between the woods, between the forest, in one side forest and another side frozen lake, fully covered, the lake water is fully covered with snow. So the darkest evening of the year. So this day is the darkest evening of the whole year. So the horse is thinking now, why my owner is stopping here? Because in this side, no farmhouse and the place also very dark, and in between the frozen lake and a forest. In the third stanza, he gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. So the horses want to convey the message to shake his bell. What is the bell? Where it put the bell in the neck, collar. So the horse shake his bells, harness bells, to ask. So what purpose? To ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. So the downy flake means the snow is falling like a rainwater, so raindrops. The next stanza, the woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. So in here, the poet says that the woods are lovely, the forests are very lovely. It's fantastic. And it also very dark. And the deep means density. So, but I have promises to keep. So, what is the words referred to here? He wants to do something. He never have the time to see, to enjoy the forest. So that only the poet says, and miles to go before I sleep. And miles to go before I sleep. So he wants to go to many places. So no time to watch this one. Okay. So what are you understand from this poem? We never waste our time in some other what is it attractive things. So here the enjoying, see this poet, the nature is very good, very beautiful. He wants to enjoy that, but he wants to do many works. So he wants to save his time. So see the next page about the author, Robert Frost. Robert Frost was an American poet noted for his realistic descriptions of rural life. He was born on 26 March 1874. He was an unknown entity till his 40th year. He received 4 Pulitzer Prizes for poetry. He was a special guest at President John F. Kennedy's inauguration. He became the unofficial poet laureate of the United States. Some of his famous works are The Road Not Taken, West Running Brook, Mending Wall, After People Picking, etc. Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India, had the 2 lines of this poem written in block words and placed it on his desk as these lines reminded him of his responsibilities. So the next one is summary. You can use this summary to write the paragraph questions. Stopping by woods on a snowy evening is one of Robert Frost's most famous poems, filled with a theme of nature and vivid imagery that readers of his work have come to love. The speaker in the poem is traveling at night through the snow and stops with his horse near the woods by a neighbor's house to watch the snowfall. His horse makes sounds questioning the stopping. The speaker continues to stand near the woods. The deep, dark silence attracted him. He wanted to move further into snowy woods, but finally decides to continue his journey. The famous last 4 lines of the poem reveal his intention. But I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. He had a mind to adventure into the woods to seek the darkness and depth of the woods. But his responsibilities, his work, his family, and his commitments keep him from going away from the adventure to enter the woods. This is a summary of this poem. See the next one. Identify the rhyme scheme used in each stanza. So the poem have some rhyming words and a rhyming scheme. See in the first stanza, they are given the words. When you see the poem, you can find out the last word, the same pronunciation. So what is rhyming words? When the poem line ends with the same pronunciation words, that is called rhyming words. So according to the rhyming words, we can mark the rhyming scheme. In your poem, they are given the first ending word, no. Second one, though. The same pronunciation. Okay. So no, though. Same pronunciation. So we can give a. See the third line here. This is different pronunciation. So we can give the word B, letter B. The fourth one, snow. Snow also the same sound of first word and second word. So the rhyming scheme is A, B, A. In the second one, here, near. See, then lake, here. So second stanza they are given B, B, C, B. In third stanza, shake, mistake. So C, C. Sweep, D. Then flag. Same words as a shake and mistake. So we can give the rhyming scheme for the third stanza C, C, D, C. In the fourth stanza, deep, keep, sleep, sleep. So this is a great example for you understand the rhyming words and rhyming scheme. So all the words are same pronunciation. So the rhyming scheme is D, D, D. And the next one, complete the table by identifying the lines against the poetic devices from the poem. One example is done for you. So they are given the poetic device and lines from the poem. So in this 9th standard, they can ask literary devices, poem literary devices. So for the first one is alliteration. So what is alliteration? So the letters from the starting is same means we can give the alliteration. See the watch is woods, W, W. And goose, W. The first letter is same for all the words. So when the first letters are same in the first word, we can take out the words and just underline the first letter alone. See the second one, he gives his harness, H. Here the H is a same letter. So alliteration words. In the next one, sounds and sweep, yes, yes. So second poetic device, personification. So my house must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. So personification. Personification means we can imagine the horse never speak. Okay, so here the poet imagined that the horse is speaking, the horse is thinking. So when we imagine the non-living or other things are speaking, that is called personification. See the next one, repetition. And miles to go before I sleep. So these line repeated again one time. So when the poem line is repeated in again and again, we can take out the lines and we give the name for that repetition. See the next one, imagery. So to watch his woods fill up with snow. The woods are lovely, dark and deep. So visual imageries and auditory imageries are called imagery. So all these lines are referred to imagine one. So we can write these lines are imaginary. Okay. See the next one, read and enjoy. Here they are given the poem. So this poem is given for you only enjoying. You can enjoy this poem to read. So read and enjoy this poem, and I also give the homework from this poem in the next page. So Lazar, William Henry Davies, you read the poem with the rhyming. With the rhyming itself, you can read the poem. And the next one, I have given the homework. Answer the following questions. So who is the speaker? The first question. And the second question, how are the words? And the third question, what is the season referred to here? Sorry, here I can give the here only. The fourth one, what are the sounds heard by the poet? And the last one, enjoy the poem lesson and identify the rhyming words. So, okay students, so today's session is over. You know this homework and you also write the summary what I have given, you write the summary and you write the answer for the questions and write it in your note. தமிழ் மீடியம் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ், நீங்களும் நல்லா கவனமாக கவனித்து அந்த சம்மரியும் எழுதி வச்சுக்கோங்க, போயத்தையும் எழுதி வச்சுக்கோங்க. போயம் இஸ் த மெமரி போயம். ஸோ ஃப்ரம் டுடே ஆன்வர்ட்ஸ் you start to memorize the poem and also write the homework also. Thank you students. Thank you one and all.